of high speed, 180, almost hitting 200 as we head into the braking zone, just at that 100-metre board, bouncing over the curb, hitting that one nicely at the apex. And they are careful not to bounce off the wall. In the race, it is terrifying, I can tell you that very much. Up to the line for the first one we will have of the session for the other people to beat, and it is a 43.282 for Mr. J2 leading the charge. Johnny just behind them. Now Johnny might get a really good slipstream here if he can time it right. He's got a purple sector too, but we know how for others. Because it genuinely might be the weather, because it's not the best right now. But I've restarted it, I've done what I can. I'll double checking with the admins just to see it's alright, but it's... Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's okay and it fixes itself. I think Felix is on his of the weekend, just doing a purple sector 2, riding that exit curve nicely, just dipping the right hand side onto the clipping that apex, and now it's the long straight with the as well, so maybe a wee bit harder to overtake. So they're going for it, but Felix, it's only a 41.3. So Sun God holds P1 after the first round of laps. To start their laps. Sure, nobody wants to stream in. I'm not sure what the problem is with it, because it's fine when I do it. I'm in the lobby and I'm going, but when it's a bit dodgy, it's not the greatest, I will admit. But if it works, we might have to make do, which is unfortunate, because it doesn't look the greatest, but it's either it looks a bit fuzzy or it's 24/7 glitchy and laggy, which is still not the best, but hopefully that sorts it. Is anyone on laps? Let's see, I think Roro's just starting his. Are any of the front runners on a lap? I think Johnny B's on an out, or he's on an in lap from his. Yankee Bill's invalidated. Karma's 3/10 up to the line, he's pulling into the pits, he's not continuing with that lap. Adam's starting his now, so I think most people are getting either their second run in or the ones they've invalidated, they're going again. JJ's 1.1 seconds up. Oh, and he's in the wall! Oh, the commentators curse. People are going to need to be careful of that if he's not ghosted, and he has, thankfully. Thankfully. That's a big hit with the wall. High on Spice is DNF'd as well. I think that's in the pits. I hope it's in the pits, but that's a bit of a commentator's curse, which isn't the greatest. Roro then coming up to the end of sector 2 now, up to the sector split at 1 minute 19. On for good time, not using much of the exit curve there to try and carry the speed round, but it's still got another time for another run if he wants to go for it. Heading now through the fast left right, almost clipping the wall there, sticking out a wee bit, flying round now towards the DRS activation point. The DRS flap in the back of this Alfa Romeo, wide open up to the line. Here he comes, what can he do for his first lap? And it's a 43.6 splitting the two DNF'd cars for the moment. Anyone else starting or finishing a lap? I think Novitek's pulling into the pits. There's a Merc behind him. Got Adam coming up to the line. He's clipped the wall there, or he's lagging a little bit. I'm not quite sure. The fuel lights on the DRS not being open, so I don't think. Chelsea up to the DRS open. Will they be coming into the pits? Nope, they're still going up to the line. Will it be an improvement on a 42.6? It's a 42, very, very high. 42.3 puts them up into P8. And I think everyone now is waiting and hoping that their final runs will be enough. Upcoming, that's in the castle section. That's not great. Need to be careful. Ghosting is on, so they should be alright just, but that won't help their laps. They will have had to lift off a little bit out of sheer fright of seeing a car just in the wall, of doing a Leclerc. But Ali's been 08 up through the sector 2-3 split, braking just there and then moving over to the right a little bit just so it opens up the corner a bit more and you've got more room to turn in so you're not banging into the wall. Braking just on that curb, I can't tell if that was lag or not, but you've got a purple sector 2 heading up to the final run of corners into the quick left, right, little dink to the right again as you fly back down the main straight past the government HQ buildings, which are just on your left hand side in there, up to the line, holding this very, very close. Oh, a little bit of a squiggle coming up, and it's a 42.3 for him as well. Chelsea fan on an in lap is most of them coming out now for their final runs. We've got this. But final runs beginning now. Johnny B will be the first one, I believe, to put in a new and improved lap time. Chelsea has retired, I believe that's in the pits and not in the castle section. Johnny B then into turn 3, clipping that apex nicely, using that exit curb and the amount of room you have out there, braking just at that 50 metre board, hidden in the twigs and the branches, which is even harder to see if you're in the no assists tier. Up to the sector split, and he's a quarter of a tenth up, which is still good timing. There's still more time to find, I'm sure. Heading now into the tricky turn 7. You want to be careful on the brakes for, because overcooking it can do that, and you run a little bit wide. You don't want up through the castle now, keeping it nice and clean, not doing a Leclerc and doing I am stupid, holding it nice and tight through there, up out of turn 12 into the quick 13-4. Is he lifted off? I think he's backed out. He has backed out. So that is him done and dusted. Felix then up through castle, holds it nice and tight up through turn 11 through to 12, keeping it nice and tight, not invalidating on the exit of the corner there, which you don't want to do now that they've widened it and that curb's gone. Flying now where the Alpha Tauris nearly collided with each other a few years back, keeping that nice and clean, using that perfect line through there, gaining all the speed that he needs. How much is he up by? It's 2.5 tenths, so he's in with a chance of getting pole position here, but can he do it? Can he keep the speed that he's gained through sector 2 all the way up through sector 3, flying through the final little dink that they count as a corner, up to the line at DRS, wide open, gets it there up to the line, and what is he going to do? Can he knock Sun God off of pole position? Yes, he can! Not by much, but he's done it. He's on a 41.1. Now, the next car to the line will be Sun God, and he's 2 tenths up as well, so can he crack into the 40s? He's only a tenth and a bit up by now, but it will still be enough if he can keep it clean and steady. Up to the last couple of corners we go, flying now through 19. Adams binned it at the last couple of corners as well in Castle. That's not going to be great for his quality. Up to the line we come. DRS wide open. He's holding it tight to the right hand side. He's not wanting to lose any speed at all. Can he do it and beat him to pole? Yes, he can! By 3 tenths. It's a 40.8 next up to the line. Yankee Bill, can he get anywhere there? He's 4 tenths up on his time. Can he get into the 40s as well and get them on the front row? No, he can't. He's not quite close enough. It's only P3 for him. Fitz up to the line. He calls it a day. Steely has invalidated. Novitek was the wrong Red Bull. He's done a 41.3 as well. He's on the front row, the second row, sorry. Just beating Yankee Bill to the point there, and last one to the line will be Socks, and I've just missed him there, but it's a 42.2 for him. Breathe. And breathe. Oh. A 40.8. 3/10 clear. Go on. Let's good cook. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, that drink of water was much needed. Oh, sustenance. Okay. Short quali done. We have Sun God taking pole by just under 2.5 tenths. Brilliant lap from the Ferrari driver. Felix, your championship leader in P2. Novitek P3. Yankee Bill P4. Johnny B, better qualifying than last week in P5. Marlboro Sled P6. Adam P7. Socks P8, Alice Bin P9, Chelsea P10, Upcoming Karma 11, Staley P12, Mason 13th, JJ 14th, Fitson 15th, Roro only doing the one lap, P16, High on Spice P17 after putting it in the wall. Unfortunately for him, just managed to nab the screenshots in time. Yep, here we go. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start from Felix alongside Sun God. He's managed to jump him into turn 1. The Haas driver takes the lead on the inside, forces Sun God out wide. Novitek almost hitting the barriers through turn 1, but they look like they've all managed to get through cleanly. Felix leads Sun God into turn 2. They're all keeping it nice and tidy at the back. No yellow flags just yet, but they're all keeping it nice and tidy. I think they're all going 2 or 3 wide just at the back. There's a massive gap behind Johnny B. He's dropped down a few positions. He's trying to go around the outside at turn 3. They both giving each other enough room, and the Ferrari driver now switches to the inside for the next one. Oh, and he's bumped Marlboro in the round. Oh, that's not good. He's went in too deep. Somebody else has went in too deep at the back as well. It's all kicking off, and it's only the sprint, ladies and gents, but they're all keeping it. No, Johnny's been tagged by Socks. Oh, and it's carnage. Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Oh, and he's lost his wing as well. Oh, it's all kicked off. Oh, he's beached on the curb. That's not great. Johnny, you can reset. You can reset, you're allowed. If you're stuck on the curb, you can reset, you're allowed. That's okay. I think everybody at the front's made it through Castle nice and cleanly, but that was absolute chaos at the back. I think everybody's just tripping over each other at the start, which isn't what you want to see. I think Felix has made a mistake. He's let Sun God through, but then Sun God bounces off the curb. They're going to go side by side through the tricky left-right. Hopefully they keep each other enough room. They do. Nobody collecting the wall on the outside, which is nice, but here comes Sun God. He's using all the battery he's got. Let's get all that up, actually, so everybody can see, using a little bit of the battery. Felix being wise to the mind games and just sticking behind for now as we head on to lap 2. Sun God leading the way from Felix right up that Ferrari gearbox. Yankee Bill jumping Novitek off the start. Upcoming Karma making up 4 places. He's up to P7 and crucially in the points, since it's only top 8 that get points in the sprint race. Who else has made up decent places? Roro, he had a brilliant start. He's up 5 places. Marlboro Sled just not having any luck and being tagged from behind. He's down 6, and Johnny B, I mean, it's not been the best. He's getting into the pits. Oh, that's a little bit quick. Careful, son. Oh, dearie dear. Oh, dearie dear. And we've got a VSC. I think Adams went straight on into the wall. I think I've missed that. He's maybe overcooked the brakes a little bit, or he's tried to back out. And he's not realised that enough in time, but it is only a VSC. So that will give everybody a chance just to cool down a wee bit. Just chill. Everybody can recuperate. You've still got 7 laps to go. What a start. What a start. Good lord. Good lord. Oh. I think we're getting ready to go again. I'm trying to see on the wheel in Sun God's cockpit what the delta is. Can't quite see it, but we should be getting ready to go racing soon. See if anybody's able to play some mind games. Get a jump on anyone as we're waiting on. Oh no, it's a safety car. It's now a safety car. They've upgraded it. I never noticed that. Well, that switches it up now. Will anyone pit for softs? I don't think they should because they'll lose the track time. That looked dodgy across the pit entry line, but I think that's allowed here. The top 4 stay out, top 5, 6, 7. The Sock's gonna box, not he's staying out. Steel 8 is peeling into the pits. Marlboro Sled's coming in just behind them. So these guys risking it. Nothing to lose, thinking, you know what, let's try the softs. Oh no, he's getting a wing change actually, fair enough, he's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So JG's picked up a 5-second pin for speeding in the pit lane. I know how you feel, son, don't you worry. Excuse me. Tyre, there we go, that's what we want. That's all on, and that's all on. Brilliant. So, I think JJ has went back onto his mediums. He was already on softs, I think. Oh, no, he's retired? What's happened? Is he parked? I'm not. Oh, no, I think he's realised what he's done. Or he was letting everybody else go through. Okay. Okay. Fitz is. Oh, no, he's retired. Okay. Fitz has came in again, put his mediums back on. I'm not going to comment. So, Steely, Mason and Marlboro Sled all thinking, you know what, we're at the back, we have nothing to lose, what's the worst that can happen? They've came in, tried the softs, which should be a lot quicker, because fresh softs, like I said, they are very, very quick, but they do burn out immediately. They are just incinerated after a few laps, so you don't want to push them too far. You want to try and keep it nice and like, under temp. You want them to be nice and toasty, basically, but not too toasty. So, 3 laps down. We've gone, I think, half a lap under green flag running, maybe a lap and a half. Got the 3 retirements, Johnny crashing into the pit lane. I think Alf was that now? That wasn't Alf. I think Chelsea's just banged the wall a little bit there. But JJ giving up. I think Adams clipped the wall going into turn 2 and he's overcooked turn 3, sorry, and overcooked it a wee bit. And then Johnny hitting it into the pit lane. Fortunately for him. No one boxes this lap. The safety car should be in. End of the like a champ. So true. So true. It's like it's only the best people that it happens to have pit lane incidents. That's how it works. That's how it works. Oh. I think hopefully this is a sign of let's keep it down low. Let's not have any F2 safety car restarts. That was GP2 in 2016, where they nearly abandoned the weekend because none of them could do safety car restarts. Trivia on the IIRL stream. What's not to love? Even more trivia. Here's a good one for you, whilst we're under the safety car. 2021, the carnage-riddled Baku Grand Prix. The first time a Mexican, a German, and a French driver have all been on the podium together. So Perez, Vettel, Gasly. First time that's ever happened in F1 history, ever. There's a fun wee trivia fact for you. Whilst we're waiting on them coming, and it should be in this lap. They're all fairly bunched up and it's been out for about 2 or 3 laps. So it should be in this lap, hopefully. It's always the best that do. Exactly. Always the best that makes silly mistakes. And if you're not making mistakes, you are not learning. That's the motto. And safety car in this lap. There we go. There's the mythical message we all wanted to see. We welcome in all 20 viewers. Welcome in, people, for round number 4, assist tier 2. If you're just new in, safety car restart in the sprint. We're getting ready to go again as Sun God will be leading us down past the government buildings just below sea level, just out to your right hand side, trundling through on the delta, making sure they're not jumping before the safety car line. And that is a screenshot and a half. Let me just grab that real quick. I've ruined it, never mind. Restart, is he gonna go? When is he gonna go? He's keeping it nice and steady, and they all want to be on high alert for when that right foot plants it to the floor. He's gaining the revs and away he goes, and he's caught Felix napping a little bit. There's loads and loads of room. He's gained himself a little bit of breathing space as we head now into turn 1. They're all having a little look on the right hand side just to see if they can make a move. We've got one at the back, that's Chelsea fan, trying to make a move on upcoming karma. He can't get it done. I think Socks has ran wide at turn 1. He's done a Hamilton. He's kept the brake magic on, which is not what you want. You want that button off, son. You want that button off. He's dropped down to P11, but crucially his teammates in the mix for the points, which is what you want to see. He's gaining a little bit. Is he going to go for the move? He's kept his nose in, but Roro gives him the space. He bumps into the wall just that tiny wee bit, but no wing damage for the Alfa Romeo driver, which is good for us because we need the combined constructors. Come on, the Alfa. Back up the front we go, and Ali's bin is pushing Novitek through the second sector as we come up to the castle section now. Novitek slowly falling out of the 1 second window that he needs. Hopefully they all keep it nice and clean through castle. Novitek clean, Ali's clean, upcoming karma clean, Chelsea all keeping it nice and clean, which is what you want to see. Oh, that was close with Fitz hitting the wall. I think Mason's made a little bit of a mistake there as well. Back up to the front we go, and it's the usual suspects leading the way as they fly now through turn 15, which you don't want to do with Perez 2016. Smash into the wall, lose your rear tyre, game over, sunshine. Down the main straight we goes. Roro gets past Chelsea. Apologies for missing that one at the back, but the main one we want to see is up the front is Felix using any ERS. He's not using any. He's got a little bit more than Sun God. He's just sticking it right up the back of the Ferrari, which is where he wants to be. Ferrari versus Ferrari, hitting the rev limiter down the straight. He's gaining slowly. Is he going to go for the move? He's having a little look. Brakes earlier. Doesn't need to make the move just yet. He's playing the mind games and trying to do a repeat of what me and Deflated tried in the sprint. And if you do want to do that, son, psst, it's lap 8 that you want to try and do it. Back down to the fight in the mid where they're going 3 wide. Never mind. Patch the battle at the front. We've got an army battle on our hands at the back. Oh, there's contact. Oh, they're in the wall again. It's happened again. It's happened again. Roro's into the wall. The army has crumbled. And I think that is another safety car. Good lord. Good lord. Oh. Oh. Breathe. Everyone breathe. Oh. That was... Oh. It's not what you want to see. I'll say that. I will say that. Good lord. Good giddy lord. But another safety car, and with only 3 laps to go, technically 4, with only 4 laps to go, there will only be 1 or 2 laps under the safety car. So if people are boxing, they might not want to risk it. The only people that should be coming in are people with wing damage. And unfortunately for Roro, he doesn't just have wing damage, he has no wing left to damage. Unfortunately for him, but the good thing the safety car is out. You can catch back up, put on a set of softs and go again. Just needs to be careful round these high speed corners, braking early, being wise, not doing a Perez. Well played, sunshine, you've got this. So they all simmer back through. I'm assuming none of the front guys will want to box, since they'll throw away their starting position for the Grand Prix. Sun God stays out, Felix staying out. Novitek trying to bait people into the pitch, but I think most of them are, yeah, most of them are staying out. Chelsea fan coming in, I think she lost part of her wing. Yes, she did, in that collision with Roro. Fitz back into the pit. Did he get caught up? I'm not quite sure, but that's going to hamper Roro coming into the pit. He'll need to wait a little bit for his teammate to do his box, his pit stop, sorry. So it all simmers back down, once again. Breathe. And breathe. Great job, guys. Thank you, Tenton. Thank you very much. I try my best. I do my best. Tap my laptop, that's brilliant. I do my best, but when you have this entertainment, it entertains itself. Like, you don't need me. You could react to this on its own. How much room do I need? Roro, the stewards will sort it, buddy. Don't worry. Don't put it in here. The stewards will sort it. We've seen Baku is arguably one of the hardest tracks on the calendar. It's very incident riddled. So, oh, safety car's in this lap. Never mind. We'll save it for the feature because then I've got more. We'll save it for then. So, Sun God, back to you again, buddy. You know what you need to do. In fact, is Roro going to catch up in time? Roro might get people on this restart, you know. He might be the dark horse to watch out for, but let's get rid of the spectator menu for now. We know how it works. Oh, excuse me. Here we go then. Watching the prancing, well, it's not the trundling horse, shall we say, making its way round, getting ready for the safety car restart. All of them weaving, getting more heat into the tyres that they've not managed to get under the safety car, waiting on that right foot, planting it to the floor, watching the revs build. He's waiting. Felix won't want to get caught napping this time. Hitting the DRS activation point, he's still trundling. Waiting on that green bar on your right going. He's going even slower this time, and it builds, and he is away. The kilowatts absolutely planted to the floor. He's caught Felix napping again. Marlboro Sled has already managed to get past up and coming Karma. Down the inside he goes, careful on his soft tyres, not wanting to burn those out. He's up into P6 down at the back of the field. They're going 3 wide again. There's a little tap from High on Spice on socks again. High on Spice is all the way down the road. Go to rehab, son. Again, oh, they're in the wall. That was Novatech and Alej Bin coming together. They're plummeting down the order. Steely, Novatech's teammate, trying to make amends. Socks try to hold it around the outside. You're not going to be able to do that, son. Not at that corner. He's going to lose a space. 2 Fitz just up to 8th from at the back. Oh, that's a cent and a half. Punting Steely into the wall. They're going 3 wide again here. Socks holding it on the inside. Fitz hasn't taken no for an answer, and he's collected Socks in the process. That was a bit optimistic, if I don't say so myself. These two going side by side into turn 7. Upcoming Karma trying not to lose any more places than he already has on his soft. Marlboro Sleds up to P3 on his softs. What a restart from the McLaren driver. He's managed to jump so many places off the restart. I forgot where he started. I apologise for that. But back up the front to these two, Roro and Socks, I think, going side by side through the quick top half of the circuit down into turn 15 we go, and they're all keeping it nice and steady now. No one wants to make any mistakes at this last bit. Roro making a move on Chelsea fan on his brand new soft. You don't want to do it there, son. The straight's just there. That will cost you even more time. Mason looking for maybe a wee bit of team orders at play at Aston Martin. If he's going to go for a move, he's going to need to do it now to try and capitalise. He's weaving to try and break the DRS, but I'm not sure if he's going to get it done in time. He's using all the overtake he has. In fact, both of them using every bit of overtake they have. A brilliant camera angle into turn 1. Yankee defends the inside from his teammate. Oh, come on, boys, keep it nice and clean. That was close on the side pod. His teammate gets through, and it's cost him a little bit of time to the front runners up at the top. On to the final lap we go then. Felix, 3 tenths, 4 tenths now behind Sun God onto the last lap. Marlboro Sled also now in this fight. Is he going to be able to try and snatch the win from these top two that have been fencing at each other, sparring with each other? I'll get any words I've ran out of them. Get the thesaurus. Any words to describe these two fighting. It's only been 9 laps. Novatech's went on at the wall as well. His sprint has just gone from bad to worse for the Red Bull driver, unfortunately for him. Through Castle, they all keep it clean. Marlboro Slide's just behind, but he's got no ERS left to fight. He's drifting through the top of the track, which isn't what you want to do, son. Up, back to the top 2. Felix, it's all on you, son. You've got the DRS, not the DRS, sorry, the ERS advantage that you need. You just need to play it smart. Don't do what I did and lose out by 38 milliseconds. Up into the last couple of corners. Oh, he's bounced over the curb, that's not what you want, but the overtake button is already on, and away we go. Here it is then, who's going to get it up to the line? They all keep it nice and clean, nobody's hitting the wall just yet. Through turn 20 then, here he comes, both of them using everything that they've got. It's going to be a drag race to the line, and there's no DRS for it, but it looks like Sun God is just going to nab it by the tiniest of margins up to the line. Marlboro Sled takes P3, Mason behind hits P4, Steely is going to just fend off for P5. Roro, the dark horse I called it, finishes P6 just ahead of Chelsea fan. Sox is P8 and takes the last point that was available in the sprint. Ali's been unfortunately getting caught up in an incident. He's P9, high on space, finishes P10, and I'm out of breath and it's only the sprint. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Well, if that's what 9 laps has to offer us, I'm worried what 26 is going to give us. But there you have it then. Sun God taking the win from pole position in the sprint. Felix holding his P2. Marlboro Sled, brilliant result from him. In fact, we'll do it that way. Up from P6. Mason finishing P4 from P13. That's a brilliant result for him. Steely P5, Roro P6, Chelsea P7, Sox P8. Ali's been unfortunately getting caught up in an incident. He finishes P9. High on Spice gaining 7 positions and still only finishing P10 and unlucky to miss out on the points. Fitz in P11, Upcoming Karma P12, Novitek had an incident as well, P13, and then your retirees just at the bottom of your screen there. I think Yankee Bill hit the wall at the end. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, and we're in. If they've managed to delay it, that's brilliant. Nah, they're away. We're on board with that is Sun God. He's managed to keep the lead off the start, but they've all managed to keep it clean. As I say that, he hits the wall, heading into Castle for lap 1. All keeping it nice and clean, we hope. No, but oh, that was a little close with Steely clipping the wall. Are they going side by side at the back? It was close, but they're all managing to keep it nice, clean and tidy so far up through Castle. All of them, they've all survived. They've all made it. Brilliant. Let's get the tyres up. Let's get everything back the way it should be. And there's your strategy. Got the top 2 mediums. Mason and Steely might be dark horses here if they can stick in the DRS Felix. They're on their softs. Chelsea's on the mediums. Marlboro Sled on the hards. They're going along for the rain. Whenever that's appearing. Oh, he's clipped the wall. Oh, that was close. That'll be a new set of pants in the pit box. I think Felix not making a move just yet, not close enough, but as we end lap 1, or what we saw of lap 1, got Sun God leading the way from Felix P2, Mason P3, Steely P4, Chelsea P5, Ali's been getting past or defending from Marlboro Sled, Novitek up to P9, he's almost managed to make amends for what happened to him at the end of the sprint. Oh, that's close guys, you don't want to go 3 right through there. Oh, he's in the wall, and he's out. That might be a safety car, VSC. I think it's a VSC. That's really unfortunate for Karma. Oh no. I think it is a VSC. Because the safety car icon is not on the map. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, there we go. VSC. Everybody able to recuperate the ERS they've used. They'll be able to get back going again. I only saw part of it, so I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not saying anything. That's just really unfortunate that it's concertinaed up that way. But this will help the soft runners with their tyre management as well. Because under VSC, you only get, I think it was 3 or 4% on the softs. So we're all going a bit slow up the back. Try to get through Castle. They'll like cut the wall a bit. Fits as well, as we're back under green flag running. That's a Merc at the back. So Adam getting all out of shape. That's going to let Johnny fly back through. Is he going to try and go around the outside of JJ? It's not quite close enough. This isn't where you want to be making moves. It's not the best part of the track, braking nice and early, using his head a little bit deep, but he's just caught up in the dirt area, he should be alright. I think Adam's going back for the move. He wants that place back. He's saying, no son, this P14's mine, you're not getting it. Flies back round, and then Johnny will have to recuperate, see if he can go again. Back up the front. Felix not using, he's stuck in the DRS, which is a good sign for them. There's an incident out the back. Fitz, I think, has hit the wall. It's another VSC, and that is backwards. I'm not sure how he's ended up there, but I'm not going to ask questions about it. But with the VSC out, he shouldn't lose that much time going in, getting a new wing and going again. JJ, I think, might be doing the same thing. I can't change the camera angle, it won't let me. Thank you, Codemasters. But, oh yeah, he's missing an input. Okay, so that's a new wing for JJ and a new wing for Fitz as well. Back up to the front runners, they'll be getting ready to go again when the VSC lights stop flashing on the dashboard. Wait on it ending soon, they're taking it nice and slow, nobody wanting to get speeding penalties. So that's a drive through if you're not careful. They're all lifting off, getting ready to go again. It might go off through the castle actually. Might do the same as it done last time. Ready to restart. DRS enabled, and we are go, go, go once again. No one, I think, was caught napping on the restart. No penalties for anyone else. They're all keeping it clean through Castle once again as those two went in, put on halts, hoping for the rain to arrive sooner rather than later. Heading into Sector 3, and Sun God is nearly, in fact he has just for a second there. See what I done there, done just for a second, aha, I got you. Just for a second there, broke the 1 second gap to the DRS that he needs, but I think Felix is right back in it now. He's had to use a fair amount of DRS to get back into it, so Sun God doesn't need to use as much as he's got. He's gaining already on Felix, and he's got the DRS open. But this is where it will start to get a wee bit interesting in the midfield. Marlboro Sled's not quite close enough for a move on Ali's Bin. Ali's Bin not close enough for a move on Chelsea either, who's already out of ERS. Phenomenal scenes. Adam managing to get past Yankee Bill just up at the back. Apologies for missing that one. The yellow flag just there. No, I think I'm seeing things. Back up to the top half we go. No one really close enough to make a move just yet. I think Felix will be saving his ERS for another fight down the main straight. Yankee Bill, he's saving all of his ERS as well, getting a little bit close to Adam under the brakes, but he's not going to go for a move just yet. They're all keeping it nice and tidy in tandem in a DRS train. Back up to Roro on his softs, lagging about just a little bit there, but it might just been a thwack of oversteer from getting the power down too early out of the corner. But the softs are alive and well. We've got a yellow flag up the back. Oh, there's a collision. Johnny B and Yankee Bill, it's just not gone right for them this weekend again. It's an opposite of last week for Johnny B. The highs of quality, lows of race. It's been flipped this time, unfortunately, for the Ferrari driver, which isn't what you want. But back up to the front we go, as Ali's Bin has bountiful amounts of ERS compared to Chelsea Fan ahead of him, and once you've got below 10, you need to sit and use it, otherwise you're just going to sit and waste and waste and waste. It needs to get used because you'll lose more time apparently. Here we go then. Ali's Bin, is he going to look for the move into turn 1? He's gaining and gaining. DRS on as Felix hits the fastest lap, tucked up behind. Here he comes in, flying past before we even cross the start finish line, moves back across to take the position. He's up to P5. It's a good move from the Merc driver. Back down the field, I think Socks and Adam going a little bit, no sorry, Roro and Socks going closer and closer together. Roro using his softies advantage that he's got, but again, they don't last very long, so he needs to get as much out of them as he can, not get stuck in traffic. Steely half a second behind Mason. Both of these guys are on soft, so these guys might get chased down soon from Ali's Bin on the mediums. In fact, speaking of, he's almost right there as he almost turns it into the wall. Socks is just behind Roro. Maybe his softs are starting to die off as well, and they'll have about the same pace as the mediums, but up the front, these dudes have a commanding lead over everyone else, nearly 5 seconds ahead after 5 laps. And we've had 2 VSCs in that time as well. These guys laying down the marker of where you need to be if you want to challenge for the title this season. I think everyone else managing to still keep it clean through Castle, which is a good sign. There's been no cracks of concentration just yet. High on Spice. Go on, son, you've passed the test. Well in. Back up we go. Chelsea fan again, just no ERS. Absolutely none. I think Marlborough Sled will get them down the start-finish straight just past the government building here at Baku. Anyone else? Not really. The only main fight is just up the front, but is Felix going to go for it this time? Roughly similar levels of ERS. I think he's just biding his time just now, sitting behind, and when he knows they'll have the pace as Marlborough Sled gets past Chelsea fan. Novitek gets past as well. He's up to P7. Go on, my son. I think Chelsea fans made a mistake somewhere as Mason and Steely swapping places for the last spot on the podium. Oh, and they're both round. There's contact. Steely's locked the rears and he's spun. He's collected Mason in the process. Mason gets to carry on. Steely's down to P7. It's not what you want to see. Alex Ben's going for the move on Mason now as well. This is going to invite Marlborough Sled in the background into the fray. He's just not the ERS they've got. Oh, that's a late move. Good lord. He's put Marlborough into the wall. They're both going side by side. Further up, even more contact between these two. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. The lapse of concentration was at turn 1. It wasn't at the castle section, but that was a very late and dodgy move from Alex Bin to cover where Marlborough Sled was going, when none of those had any DRS. Back to these two, Johnny B and Yankee Pow. They've shook hands, said, you know what, it's fine, let's get on with it. They're fighting over P12, they're fighting over the wooden spoon. Oh, they've both gone wide. No, they've not, that was lag. I love this game. Back up the front, Felix pushing Sun God through the end of the second sector, clipping that nicely, maybe a little bit too slow and he's had to brake a little bit. Oh no, it's happened again. They've collided again. I think he's waiting up to say sorry and let him back through. Fair enough, son. Fair enough, well played, we love the sportsmanship. Back up the front, where we've got the fight for P3. The hards, the softs, just not kicking in the way that Mason needs them to. Those have died off, but I think is Felix going to go for a move this time? DRS wide open, Sun God not using any, he's got more than Felix has, not going for a move this time. Marlborough Sled flies past Mason to take the last podium place on offer. It's lap 7, and if you put an eye to the sky, the clouds rolling in, they're slowly but surely coming in. Speaking of coming into the pits, Steely's in on his softs, he's putting a, pardon me, putting another set of softs on, so that'll do him until the rain comes. So he said, my tyres have had enough, I can't cope. Johnny B's put it in the, whoa, that was close. Oh, that was close, and that is a safety car. That is a safety car. So Steely has either timed this perfectly, or he's really, really unlucky, because at this point I cannot tell. Yankee Bow is into the pits. Is he going to risk it? Maybe. A set of inters. Will the rain arrive by the time the safety car comes back round? He's not risking it. It's a set of mediums for the Aston Martin driver. But now, in the wise words of Benjamin Daly, safety car, lads. Safety car. Everyone can chill. Everyone can recuperate, get their ERS back, preserve the tyres. And I think if anyone wants to try and risk it with a set of inters, more than welcome. More than welcome. And breathe. Again, and breathe. Speak it and it will come into existence. Fitz, the brave warrior, trying it, seeing if it will rain in time. Both the leaders in. That's interesting. Are they going to chance it for a set of inters? Sun God in, he's going for hards. Felix coming in, what will he put on? He's putting a set of softs, so the leaders thinking, I don't think these tyres will make it to the rain. Let's try chance it. Sun God will come out just behind Socks. I think Felix will still be just behind him. He is indeed. As everyone else pits, Roro coming in for another set of softs. Mason's boxed for a set of mediums. Oh, excuse me. So the only one trying it on the inters is Fitz. And if he pulls this off, if he pulls it off, you know what, fair play. Round of applause. If he pulls it off, fair play. We'll give him a round of applause, well done. If he manages to pull this off, fair play lads, that's incredible. Although judging by the way it's going this outlap, he's not looking, because he might have burned those out already, which is not what you want, but if it's worth a shot, it's worth a shot, you never know. But I don't think it's raining just yet. It's got cloudy, it has got cloudy, but as we know with this game, it can rain, but it won't be wet enough for wet tyres, or inters. Oh, that's the wall. He might have got damage from that. Has he got damage? I can't see any visible damage, so he should be okay, unless it's light green. Fitz has continued on in his soggy expedition to try and find rain. I do believe, because honestly I would have tried the same thing. So fair enough for him having a go. You can't blame him, but safety car might be in this lap. Or the next, I think it'll be the next. It's been over the sector split and it's not came in yet, so we're not all fully caught up. But the leaders, interestingly, have went split strategies. So Felix now needs to get the jump on the restart. Because everyone in front of him, apart from Sun God, has worn tyres. So if he can get Sun God off the restart, this race, theoretically, could be his. Adam pulls into the pits. What could this be for? Let's see, that's a set of green wall tyres, that's the inters. So, another challenger joins the fray of, I can see the clouds coming in, let's try the inters. I love this. I love it when this happens, because you don't know what's going to happen. And his will be a lot fresher than Fitz's as well, but I don't think Fitz is catching much. He's not really gaining. But we should be in this lap. Even if Fitz doesn't catch up, it should be in this lap. It's interesting now because commentators curse. The moment the safety car comes in, it will start raining. I'm saying it now. I'll say it now. But the main man just now to watch on this restart will be Felix. See where he is. In fact, let's check positions. Let's see how well people have done off the start. Novitek, obviously he's jumped a few people in the pit stop, so the ones that have boxed, but up to P3. That's a solid recovery from where he was at the start. So fair play to him. Ali's been up 7 as well. That's a good result from him. I think the biggest loser at this point was upcoming Karma, but he's unfortunately out. So it is a tie between everyone that has lost a position. They've all lost 4. So everyone gets an award. There you go. And it should be in this lap. No, we're going again. We're going again. We are going again. Oh, there it is. There's the rain. So Adam and Fitz. I take back what I said about Felix. It'll be Adam and Fitz to watch, because now everybody's going to pull into the pits and Adam will be leading the race, I assume. Marlboro Sled stays out. Ali's bin. Pits. Novitek. Pits. Socks. Pits. Sun God stays out. Socks into the pits, Felix into the pits, Steely is into the pits, Roro in, Yankee Bill staying out, Adam staying out, he's already on the inters, so he's good. JJ is... hello? Where is that? Oh, how have you... I mean... there you go, son. You got there eventually. There you go. Oh, he's lost his wing as well. Oh boy. Only got a pen for speeding as well. Jesus. Although why they have stayed out, I'm not sure, because look at the track already. That's more than greasy. That is mildly soggy. Is one way of putting it. So that's cost them. So now your effective race leader. Oh, hello. So your effective race leader now is this man. Adam MVP. Yeah, oh, is he retired? That isn't the pits, okay. So now, technically, this is a Mercedes 1-2. And with none of them... oh, Chelsea's hit the wall! Oh dear, oh dear. And that is why you come into box. Steely's having a heart attack though. Well, another one bites the dust, as they say. And she's gone. The Xbox is off, the controller's been thrown, the monitor's smashed, done. She might be in this lap. So now these guys either peel off straight away into the pits or try and do the restart and burn out their tyres. It's not going. Oh, Steely's had a moment. I think he's bounced over the curb. Might have lost a bit of wing, I'm not sure, but your man to watch this restart, if these guys don't box, your man in P6, Adam MVP. And he will be the MVP if he manages to pull this off, as our random has joined the lobby, and I think we have got going again. Marlboro Sled peels into the pitch, follows the safety car in, so your effective race leader, high on Spice, stayed out. He's living up to his gamer tag here, he's definitely high on something. If he's staying out in these conditions, he's trundling. They're all trundling. Oh, they're all colliding. Never mind trundling. Oh, dearie me. As IIRL S5 gets a massive hit of oversteer. Nearly flies off into the wall. They're all being so careful on these wet weather tyres because they'll all have dry setups on. As Adam now takes the lead, here comes Novatech flying past what is definitely at this point a Stena-Line cruise liner. Oh, he's in the wall as well. Oh dear. Oh, it's not going. Oh, they're all trundling. Oh, it's too wide at the back. Oh, it's nearly 3. Oh, there's another collision. As Roro's getting bounced about like a piñata at a kid's birthday party. It's all kicking off as the weather unfolds. There's even more off at the bank. Sun God's been involved in a collision. Yeah, he's lost his wing. Your pole sitter's lost his front wing. His race is done. Dusted, signed, sealed, delivered. It's done, and a BSC comes out. And it's carnage on the restart. Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is... just what is? At this point I'm not even going to finish. Oh, he's done a Grosjean! He's binned it under the VSC and he's got an illegal overtake for it. So IIRL S5's lost his front wing as well. Oh, it's... oh. I'm running out of words. I'm running out of words. I'm gonna need to order a thesaurus for the next time I'm on comms. Because this is something else. Oh, it's now a safety car. It's another safety car. Hi, lad, please. Pull into the pits, I'm begging you. He's gonna get the black and orange flag in a minute. This is carnage. And there's still, it'll be 15 laps once they cross the line. 15 laps to go. And we've had 2 VSCs and 2 safety cars. Careful coming in, you don't hit the wall. I cursed it. So So they're both in for a new wing. I'm assuming Sun God will follow them in. You'll need to try and be careful. Trun, good boy. Well done. Well done. Nice and clean. I think Steely will probably be doing the same in Yankee Bill as well. It's all kicked off. It's all kicked off. Pardon? Sorry? This isn't a glitch, right? You're seeing this. That is red walled soft. And it's in Scotland we would call this, like, this would be a tap, this is taps half weather, that's what this is. But for anyone else, this is get the wets, the brooms, the shovels, the snow plows, because this is, I'm speechless. He is living up to his gamer tag. 100% high on space. Thankfully there is only 4 people behind him on this restart, because that's going to be carnage if he manages to even get to the restart, because like Alice Bin's pushing him around these corners. I'm scared for Castle. Yep. 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 I think that, oh, that's contact. That might be a pin. Going off track so they get through. Smart. Or the smarter thing would have just been put inters on me. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? I think penalty wise they've all managed to keep it in the track limits, but mainly because I think we've had about 4 laps of green flag running, so there's not many track limits to cut under safety car. I think they're all, most of the inters guys will be staying out because they're fresh inters, they shouldn't really be boxing. Unless, is that 5? That's a 3 seconds. It's only Fitz that has 3 seconds. The only track limits penned so far. The speeding one JJ didn't serve because he retired. Lad, please. Be careful into the pit lane this time, yeah? Yep. Right, I'm assuming it was a game glitch, where he's not realised that softs were selected. There you go. I think Yankee Bills. He's not lost his wing, I can still see it. So he's just been very, very careful. Coming in, please be inters. If the game screws him over again, I will feel bad. No, there we go. There we go. We've got there eventually. Oh, sweet Jesus. No, we've not. Oh, he's not realised it's put him on mediums. Oh. This, I'm speechless. Right, I'm assuming the game's done that for him and he's not noticed. Because it's put him back on his used mediums. But thankfully he's at the back, so it shouldn't harm anybody, I hope. We should be in this lap. 14 laps to go of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Feature race. If you missed the sprint, your pole sitter, Sun God, your man in P11, Sun God, managing just to nab P1 at the line. Championship leader Felix, he finished P2, he's down in P3 at the moment. And then it's very, very bad, I can't remember who was P3, which is shocking for me, and I should probably remember. But these two are top 2 in the championship, and this is only going to harm Sun God, because he's already 34 points behind. He doesn't want to be anymore. But it should be in this lap. If not, if High on Space catches up, it'll be a late call, and it'll be in. I shouldn't have laughed, but it's classic F1. It is. It's happened for so long. It's been a glitch for so long. I'm genuinely surprised it's not been fixed yet, or they add something in where it's just like, yeah, if it starts raining, it'll immediately put you on inters, or it'll immediately set it to inters. Or he's done what I do sometimes with, if you have a, what's a nice way of saying this? if you have a wheel that has like dials on the side, like mine does, when you're turning, you can accidentally put like your thumbs on it and you'll go and lift your thumb back off to put it back and it like turns the dial, or you can flip the switches and the dials and it changes what the tyre might be if he was hovering over it, so he might have done that. If he's not, I don't know what he's done. I'm assuming the game's just ruined him a wee bit. I do feel quite bad because he had a good quality, it's just not gone well. It's not gone well. Put the tyres back on. Yep, back in for inters. There we go. Fresh inters, and then we should be in this lap because everybody's managed to concertina up. Oh. Good golly. Grabbing another drink before we restart. .2 litre metal bottle of water. Or a metal water bottle. Can't beat it. Perfect. Perfect for this. I just need the really, really long straw, so I don't need to keep opening it. But hopefully we're in this lap. We should be in end of this lap. If not, there has been a cataclysmic error. Well, I mean, it's code bastards, so probably we're moving. Over the split. There we go! Back to green flag running. And I'm not seeing any bits of blue sky through the clouds either, so it might stay inters. And these ones should go to the end, but we will have Adam MVP leading the restart. Getting ready to get more heat into those green walled intermediate tyres, is I don't think Yankee Bill's going to catch up in time, unfortunately for him, so he needs another safety car. But Adam is putting pedal to the metal here, he's already away. And there he goes, he's caught Novitec napping just a wee bit. There's others been caught napping at the back as well, but they can't overtake until they get to the safety car line, which is just about there. There we go then, Marlboro sled on the outside of Fitz into turn 1. Fitz goes a little bit deep, he's going to get the switch back on him. Oh, he's ran away, he's showed him a dummy and he's in the wall. Oh, he's put him on skates. Fitz has been collected by someone else as well. I think that was Steely, oh no, it was Ali's bin, sorry. So he got collected by Ali's bin as we go into turn 2. I think Fitz has ran wide as well. Oh, it's a big slap. Adam's down to P10. What's happened to him? He's had a bad restart. Felix is up into the lead. No, he's not. He's hit the wall. Novitec's followed him in. So's Roro. Mason's the only one that's managed to keep it clean. It's bonkers on this restart. Roro's, I think they've all managed to keep the wings intact, but they are crawling through the end of Sector 1. Sun God's up to P7, he's gained 4 places on this restart. That's what he needs to keep his title hopes alive. Good on you, son. High on Spice, trying to redeem himself. Oh, there's contact at the back between Steely and Ali's bin. I think Adam might be trying to go for a little look, at least lock the fronts as well. So now I'm praying they all keep it clean through Castle. No yellow flags, please, guys, come on. Oh, that's a sideways McLaren. Oh, and he's been punted. Sun God's been collected as well. Socks has locked the rears braking, he's not changed the diff. Oh, they're all round. It's another yellow flag. I don't think it's a VSC. He's managed to get going again, so we'll manage to stay under green flag running. But I think Sun God might have picked up some damage from that. We'll try and see as they swoop down. Now he has. Oh, he's led straight on! He's gone down the escape road. He's lost the end plate on the left-hand side. He's reset to track as well, which I mean, fair enough. I don't think he was going to get out of there in time. So if no one reports that, he might be alright, but that's understandable under what he had to go through. But that is disastrous for his championship hopes. Just Mason brushing the wall on the exit. I'm watching it. See, oh, that's more than brushing, that's annihilating the wall. Oh, sweet Jesus, there's been a murder. Oh. We might all manage to stay because that's off the racing line. But this Merc 1-2 is imploded. This is Germany 2019. This is... This is unprecedented. I am speechless. I am genuinely speechless. Back under a second, but there's no DRS anymore since it's got a bit soggy, and they won't be able to turn that on as Roro locking the fronts, going straight into the tyre wall there. He's copying what Giovinazzi done at the end of quali a few years ago. Sainz and Tsunoda done the exact same thing, or was De Vries, I'm not quite sure, but it was one of them. Into the start of sector 2 we go then, avoiding that curb there especially. That is a demon curb, it will unsettle the car so much, it's unreal. Oh, he's locked up again and he's gone straight. That's a wing gone, that's a wheel gone. Oh, he's out. He's out. So Roro is out. The other Alfa Romeo's down the escape road. He's called it quits and said, you know what, nah, I'll see he's in Miami. He's heading off, he's got the flights booked on his phone, and he's gone. High on Spice is up to P5 after his antics under the safety car. It's, they're going to need life support in the commentary within a minute. Because this is unprecedented. We've got another yellow flag at the back. Yankee Bill's done the exact same mistake. Well, he's on mediums. So I think he's ran out of fresh inters and he's had to put mediums back on. So that's why he's went straight on. High on Spice then. Is he going to be able to get past Mason for P4 as they barrel down into turn 1? He's not going to be close enough and it won't be wise to send the move. Mason defends on the inside. Oh, he's sent it round the outside. Is he going to be able to get it stopped in time? Yes, he is. There's a little bit of contact, so he pushes him off, but he gets the move done. Mason's been absolutely fleeced. What a move from the AlphaTauri driver. Hand him the keys. Hand him the keys. What a move that was. Mason's going to be sat there going, well, how's that happened then? How on earth has that happened? Oh, but he might have done it. Oh no, he's managed to get it stopped in time just. We saw the little wiggle going through the corner, but he managed to get it stopped in time. Back up to the top 3, separated by about 2.8 seconds, 2.9 now, as they come through the little twisty chicane at the start of sector 2. Felix leading the way, stamping his authority on this championship already, and it's only round 4, and he's storming away into the lead. Nearly 2 seconds the gap now to Novitek and P2, who's had an absolute resurgence after his sprint race unfortunates. He's absolutely shown, I won't back down, I'm still in this as well. He's up in P2, he's got Marlboro Sled just behind him, just under a second, just following on. High on Spice has completely dropped Mason. He just doesn't have the pace in the intermediate conditions. Sun God has still not got, has he still got that end plate? I can't tell. I think he's not got the left hand side end plate. Is it missing? Oh no, it's mildly missing. There's still a part of it there. So he's got a little bit of wing damage, but he's saying, you know what, I'm persevering, there's no point, I'll wait for a safety car. Up to the battle for P2 then. Here we go. Will we have a repeat of High on Spice versus Mason into turn 1? Here we come, barreling down Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Marlboro Sled looks to the inside, brakes late, has a little bit of a look, but he gives Novitek the room, and he's not going to go for the move down the inside as Felix has managed to lap Yankee Bill, who's now came out on hards, and I just feel bad for the boy at this point. Oh, just retire the engine for mileage, son. Just retire the engine. Anyway, down out of turn 3, heading out into turn 3, and Yankee Bill will need to be careful here. He doesn't get caught up in these guys on the quicker tyres. He is ghosted, so he should be okay, might not get involved, but even then you'd want to move out of the way, and he does. Good man to you. You get brownie points for that one. I will remember that, son, don't you worry. Novitek now, he's squirreling about, just trying to get heat, traction, any form of friction down onto the soggy tarmac below him. Oh, that's a drift and a half out of turn 6, heading now into turn 7. The blue flag's being waved for the cars behind as Yankee Bill gets past. Oh, that's deep from Novitek. Oh, he's went straight on into the wall. His wing's gone, and all the hard work that he's done is being undone by one moment of madness of the brakes being locked, the front saying no thank you, and he's just went skating into the wall at the exit of turn 7. It's all kicking off. High on Spice is on the podium. unprecedented scenes here in Baku. We've got 13 laps to go of this carnage. I think Marlboro's sled was going a little bit slow out of there, but I think he's managed to get going again. Sun God did manage to get back past Steely and all that carnage. I saw the arrow flick, but then the carnage struck and I missed it, so I do apologise for that. That is Yankee Bill getting out of the way of Mason and Novitek, and now Novitek needs to be extremely careful through here because he's got no front wing and it's wet weather, so you can't take it full speed, son. You need to take your time, and I think he's just going to manage, just kisses the wall on the outside and he gets away with it, so there's no damage to the back of his car, thankfully, and he'll pull into the pits and wonder how is this all went wrong. As Mason flies past and takes P5, Sun God some reminiscence of the fact he's still in the top 5 after all the problems that he's had. They're braking so early for turn 1. It's unreal. His upcoming karma calls it a day. He's still here after lap 1. Oh, you poor soul. You poor soul. I think as they're all starting to space out just a little bit as everybody tries to settle into a rhythm and find just any form of anything. Just any form of, just trying to find life. Just any form of atoms that will help them along. It's carnage. Yankee Bill, I think, who's ran out of inters at this point, and he's just trying it on hard. He's seen one break of blue sky and said, yep, it's on its way. We've got this. And closest battle just now. Oh, that's Adam round. And locking the rears or clipping the wall out of turn 3. That won't help his race any much, so closing in to Steely, who's all the way up the road. But the closest fight now, I think, is between these 3. You've got Mason P4, Sun God P5, and Steely just bringing up the rear in P6. But the main fight now, P4 and P5. Steely will need to wait to pick up the scraps if any come flying off the dinner plate and into his way. Flying through the top of the track, up through the old town, past the apartment blocks, just at that 100 metre board. Careful not to lock the brakes! Oh, that's close. I think Adams binned it at Castle, where he's went. Oh no, he's went straight on at Castle. Never mind that. Back up to the fight for P4. Careful not to spin on that exit curve at the exit of turn 16. And here we go then. Oh, he's in the wall! Mason's ping-ponging off the wall, clipping that curve nicely. You don't want to run too wide, carry too much speed. You'll end up in the wall and spattered all over the track, where you don't want to be. Anyway, down the main straight we go. Absolutely hollering. 216, 17 near enough miles an hour. There's a yellow flag up the back. I think Yankee Bill's had another incident on his sodden hard tyres. Up to turn 2 we go. They've all managed to keep it clean out of turn 1, and critically the rain has stopped. The rain has stopped, so it might dry up, but it's not going to matter now because Mason's made the mistake and Sun God is going to pounce. He's the pouncing horse, never mind the prancing horse, out of turn 2, barreling into turn 3. He gets the move done, he's up to P4, now he's chasing down high on Spice for P3, but critically the rain has stopped. But is it going to dry out in 7 laps time and be enough for dry tyres? Socks has managed to get past Adam. He's in the pitch. Yankee Bills came in and put on softs. I think Socks has just had another moment at turn 1 as well. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. What a race. And it's still only lap 20. There's still a wee bit to go. It's the leaders that Felix hasn't managed. He's managed to keep the same gap that he had when Novitek was behind him. So he's managed to keep it at a modest 2 seconds. He might want more. If any mistake creeps in, as I say, he nearly hits the wall at the exit of turn 15, carrying a wee bit too much speed, nearly locking the fronts. High on Spice is holding on. You can see the leaders in his sights, and he's sitting P3. He's loving it. Back to the battle for P4. I think Sun God's managing to keep it out of the walls, but it's getting very, very close to the soft tyres. So Yankee Bill might be one to watch out for here, as Fitz has came in and put on mediums as well. And as it stands, only one person is not going to get points, and I think it might be Yankee Bill since he has a wee bit behind. He has a bit of lap down now, unfortunately for him. But honestly, credit for, I say just give him a point because he's kept going. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. But will any of them be chancing it for a set of dry tyres? Mason is going to be the first of the front runners to to have a go and say, you know what, I can see the sun, here it comes, get the Beatles on shuffle, here comes the sun, dun-dun-dun-dun, he's coming in. Is it going to be softs? Is it going to be mediums? It is, if the camera will change, a set of softs and a change of front wing as well for the Aston Martin driver. Wee bit of a slow stop, but it's a front wing change, what can you expect? It's Felix, I think, has made a mistake, or Marlboro Sled has been pushing, because the gap's now down to 1.3, he's gained nearly a second on this lap, but now the one to watch out for will be Mason on his softs, maybe Yankee Bill this lap as well, if he can do anything to try and nab the fastest lap. As they head through Castle, now Felix is ping-ponging off the walls as they're coming up through the old city walls. You're careful not to do that, son, you might get a fine, and the community might not like you for that one. Up through the old town, the apartment blocks, the balconies, the trees, everything. The nice little scenic route at the top, you can see out to the sea. Brilliant. Down through turn 15 into 16. It's slowly but surely drying up, but will any of them chance it? Is it worth the risk? Will people like Sun God maybe stay out, see if they can try and salvage another win? He's nearly had a full clean sweep at this point. I'm trying to see what the fastest lap is. It is held by Felix, a 45.3 currently. But as we head down the start-finish straight, the top two are staying out. They're saying it's not worth boxing, let's not do it just now. High on Spice stays out, Will Sun God also stay out, or is he gonna pull in? He's keeping to the right, so he's staying out. Steely slowly inclining towards the left, he's staying out. Novitek, I think, might do the same. He's not inside of me, he's keeping far to the left, right, left. Oh, make your mind up, son. He's staying out. Mason is not gaining much on those tiles, but Marlboro Sled can see into the deals. He's like a deer in the headlights here. He's just like, I can see a win on the horizon. This could be brilliant. High on Spice is the second deer in the headlights as well. He sat there behind, oh here, if these two collide, I have a win. It's all kicking off with 5 laps to go of this feature race here for Assist Tier 2. Who's going to get the win? Predictions in chat. Is Felix going to manage to hold on? He's struggling a wee bit now. Is Marlboro Sled going to hang on? High on Spice going to take a surprise win? Is Sun God going to arise from the dead and nab the win from Felix and taking his first, well, shall we say, first proper race win in the league? But I think most of them are going for the gamble. Most of them are trying it. I think Sox has came in and put the softs on, so he's going, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, I've got 2 points secured, and critically, there it is. DRS has been enabled, even worse. They're coming round now to where the start finish is. Is Marlboro Sled either going to stay out, or are they going to come in? Who's going to chance it? He's got the DRS, is he going to dive into the pits? He might try for a move into the pit lane if he's feeling risky. Felix carrying a lot of speed in, all of them avoiding the wall. They're coming in for the soft tire. High on Spice is saying that this is my race win, I'm going to go for it. Sun God, what's he going to do? He needs to make the right decision to try and keep his championship hopes alive. Into the pits he comes, that'll be for a set of softs. Steely now, what's he going to try? He is coming into the pits. I'm assuming Novitek will follow him in. He is indeed. And now Mason might jump one or two of them here because they will have the cold soft tyres and he'll be on brand spanking nice warm toasty roasty geezer cuddle hot water bottle, nice toasty softs. Back up the front, it'll be interesting to see if High on Spice is able to hold on. He has been the leader of wacky strategies today. He's been on dries when it's wet, he's on wets when it's dry. He's just, I'm not going to comment anymore. I don't know what his plan is. I think he's praying and praying that the rain comes back and there's a slight drizzle. Adam's staying out on his intermediates, I'm not sure why, but it has dried up. Oh, Felix has hit the wall! Felix has hit the wall on the exit off turn 7. He's bounced over the curb. I don't think he got any wing damage from it. I never saw anything fly off, and that wing looks more intact than my mental health. Marlboro sled behind will have heard that thud, and he'll be wondering, has he got damage? Can I snag this off of him? Speaking of snagging, snack set's going absolutely brilliantly, mate. It's absolute carnage, is the best way to describe it. We've had safety cars, we've had VSCs, we've had wet weather, we have had everything. Anything possible, think of it, it's happened. The only thing that's not is a red flag. That is it. Novatec looking for a move. Oh, he's nearly put him in the wall. In fact, he pretty much has put him in the wall there. As he goes for the move on Adam on those inters, they're not worth it because Felix critically has gained 12 seconds, sorry, he's gained 3 seconds on high on space into the pits. And Felix, oh, he's got abundance, an absolute abundance of ERS. Compared to Marlboro sled behind him, high on space might keep his P3 here, you know. He's went for a lap later and he's still going to hold on. Sun God might only get P4 here. But it is between these two for the race win. Marlboro sled, no ERS, near enough. But compared to what Felix has, he has almost 3 times as much. Here we go then. Back through to sector 1. Is he going to go for the move? Is he going to wait for the last lap and try and go for the move then and try and do what Felix done in the sprint? And Felix knows you need to be ahead on the last lap because you still stay ahead. It will still work. It worked in AT1, it's worked tonight, it should work again. If it doesn't, the system's broken. Inshallah we pray. Staley getting a wee bit close to the back of Mason for the battle for P5, but the main one up the front. Sun God bouncing on, rallying over the curbs a little bit there. High on space, keeping it nice and clean through the castle. Marlboro sled is almost out of the DRS range with only 3 laps to go. His high on space has picked up a 3-second penalty. So Sun God will be seeing that and going, can I gain 9 seconds in 3 laps? It's not impossible, son. We believe Mason is struggling on his softs. They're not doing what he needs them to do. Steely is playing it as safe as he can and hoping this is enough. It will keep me going. We're back up to the guys at the front. Marlboro sled is going for it here. I think Felix knows, and he's not using any of his ERS. Here he comes. The McLaren driver flies past on the inside, and he sets the fastest lap in the process of a 44.9, braking just at that 100-metre board, keeping it nice and clean through turn 1, and he holds on. But now, Felix will see that flashing red light and go, the rain has stopped, you've got no ERS, son, I'll take my P1 back. Here we go then. Is he going to go for it? We've got Fitz letting them pass there. He could have nearly got Marlboro sled DRS actually. I think Felix might try play it safe and go, I might just try for the move again. I have more ERS, he has nothing. I have more slipstream, more everything. He's in the driving seat, we've got this. Steely flies past Mason on the start finish straight into turn 1. Mason not putting up much of a fight. He's realised he's not got the pace, I'm not going to try it, but Steely runs a little bit wide on exit. As Novatec sets the new fastest lap of the race. Mason can't decide what way he wants to go, but he'll have the DRS down this straight. If he wants to go for a move, oh, he's riding the wall there out of the exit of turn 2. He's used a little bit on exit, but I don't think he'll be alongside enough unless he goes for a send into the corner. He looks to the inside, but he's not close enough. Oh, but Steely's made a mistake and he slips to the inside, going through the tiniest of gaps that was available. Steely sends it back up the inside, bounces over the curb. He's bumped him into the wall. This is... It's for P5, lads. Come on. But they're bumping and bouncing, they're drifting and back. It's like the thing from Romeo and Juliet. I can't remember the rhyme anymore, but it's the lawnmower racing. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean. Back up the front then. Is Felix going to learn from his mistakes in the sprint? Is he going to go for the move now? He's not using much ERS, but he doesn't need to because Marlboro sled has used it all for him. He's used a little bit, but he's seen that light going blink, blink, blink. I have nothing left. Trying to go around the outside at turn 1 as we head on to the last lap here, ladies and gents. Marlboro sled having a massive slide out of turn 1, which isn't what he needs if he wants to try and keep P1 his and under wraps. Here we go then, down the first DRS zone of the lap. Felix switches to the outside and absolutely breezes past that McLaren. He's got more ERS, he had the DRS, he got it done and dusted. Is Marlboro sled now gonna go for the rerun back down the main straight? I'm losing my words. on to the final lap, but it looks like Felix has this done, dusted, signed, sealed, delivered, licked the stamp, sent it, it's in the Royal Mail, it'll be with you next Thursday. Here he comes in, into Castle, a little bit late on the brakes lock in the front, but it shouldn't be too much time lost as he's still tucked up behind that Haas rear wing, flying through the Castle section, bumping over the curbs. Oh, and he's lost a bunch of time, that's not going to help him as Yankee Bill picks up 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. I'm not sure why he's boxing, his race is done and dusted, but that's not going to help him at all. He's used even more ERS just trying to hold on, he's not going to get it because Felix is sat here, king of ERS, he has as much as he needs. It's done dusted for Felix, he's out of the DRS, he's not even going to get DRS down the straight, which is unbelievable. But here he comes in, your championship leader, round the final little dinks that we call a corner of turn 20, up to the line. He's had everything thrown at him today. He's had the sprint that he didn't get, he had safety car, he had rain, but here he comes. Felix takes the win in the fastest lap across the line. Marlboro sled taking a well-deserved P2, high on spice. What a result for him. P3 on the podium, what a result, son. Fair play to you. Sun God coming up to the line behind. We might have a battle for P6 as well if we can hurry up and get over the line. He rejuvenates and boosts his points tally with a fastest lap. Just at the end, we've got Novatek and Mason as Steely crosses the line for P5. But is Novatek going to get him on the line? It's going to be a drag race to the line, but I think Novatek is just going to get it. It's P6 and P7 for Novatek, and Mason Socks will be the next one to cross the line, and then that will be it, unless Yankee Bill I think was going to go for fastest lap, and then he's realised he's not going to have enough time and he was a lap down. But Socks will take P8. Adam sticking it out on those intros. He takes P9, Fitz got P10, and Yankee Bill will be the last one across the line for the last position available, P11. What a race. What a race. Good lord. Good lord, I need to lie down. I need to lie down. Woo. I think that was high on spice that got the driver of the day, and I think I kinda agree with that. After where he started, where he's been, he's managed to keep it clean. Fair play. Fair play. He's my driver of the day. I'm not sure if I can put that one in because oh no, I do. All right, we'll get that in. But that was phenomenal. What a race. Well, there you are then for your feature race results. Felix taking the win from P2 on the grid. Marlboro Sled P3 managing to rekindle another podium finish back to back, pardon me. High on spice from P10 managing to get a podium. What a result for him that is. The Sun God, man in P2, finishing P4. Unfortunate for him getting caught up in incidents, but he got the fastest lap, not by much, just at the end there. Steely takes P5, P6 for Novatek. Good result for the Red Bull boys this week. Mason P7, Socks P8, Adam P9, Fitz P10. Yankee Bill got the last position available, which was P11, and then Roro, Ali's Bin, Chelsea, JJ, Johnny B, and Upcoming Karma all unfortunately DNF'd. What a race. Oh. I think Snacks will be back next week. So unless Deflated is still on his deathbed, I will be in co-coms or I will be about in the server. I'm not sure, but we will let you know. But it is Miami next week. Not sure it's a sprint. I can't know they didn't want Miami to be a sprint, that's what it was.
but dusted for this week. We're back to normal with a plain full quali 50% at Miami next week. So we will see you all then. Good night, and we will see you all next week.